Sigodini, Matabeleland South Province, on the backdrop of a resounding victory scored by our Revolutionary Party during the harmonized generations when we got more than 2/3 majority in Parliament. We must congratulate ourselves. In spite of the various attempts by our detractors to derail the course of our reforms and economic recovery, the revolutionary struggle for the people's sustainable development is well on course. We are going forward. I want to commend the people of Zimbabwe for rejecting the machinations by those with unbridled political ambitions who are even prepared to use violence, divisions and disunity, and violent demonstrations in order to acquire power. We saw them in January and during different times of the year, sacrificing precious lives to achieve their ends, be it through outright violent demonstrations or under the guise of purported collective job action. Pasinaso. That behavior and culture is alien to us in the Second Republic and should continue to be rejected by the peace-loving people of our beloved Zimbabwe. We are a peace-loving party and would want the entrenchment of this culture. The culture is alien to us in the Second Republic and should continue to be rejected by the peace-loving people of our beloved Zimbabwe. We are a peace-loving party and would want the entrenchment of this culture of non-violence at all levels, including within our own families. The focus of our efforts must be towards ensuring that our people live a better life. Unity, peace, and development is our party motto. Let us live by it. We should not be shaken from this noble cause. Allow me to congratulate the party at every level for the good showing during the various by-elections held during the course of this year. This is a reflection that our party remains the party of choice, the party of liberation, and the party of our future, accommodating all Zimbabweans from across sectors and cultures of our country. I equally commend the provinces and the wings of the party who kept our membership mobilized and briefed about the goings-on in both the party and government during the year. Well done and thank you to you all. Government is a product of the party, and the supremacy of the party as the philosophy is the ideal which we must all respect and achieve. This conference should not shy away from engaging in a robust debate to sharpen how the party expresses its supremacy. We are a colossal party. Let us keep the momentum. The people should always come first in all that we do. We are a people's party. We are a listening party and a party which serves the people wholeheartedly. We are a servant leadership. Let us never lose this rich character of our party. To do the will of the people and never to advance the personal ambitions of a few is one of the key obligations we have as a party. In the culture of dialogue espoused by the Second Republic, we remain engaged with leaders of other political parties under the Political Parties Dialogue Pollard. The party should never be distracted by those who make irritating noises within the country and those on Twitter and other social media platforms. Let them make the noises. Let them tweet. Isuti chingo tonga, tongo tonga, tichingo tonga, tichingo tonga. Vachingo Twitter, isuti chingo tonga. I am aware that our detractors are trying to divide the party by attempting to recruit from within the ranks
Gumbo Mumba, Gumbo Panze.
Comrade delegates, at last year's 17th National People's Conference, we outlined party building, rejuvenation, and modernization from the cell villages upwards as some of the key areas we were to focus on during this year. I'm pleased to report that the decision of the conference calling for the reintroduction of DCCs has now been implemented. To date, Harare and the provinces have been accordingly restructured. The implementation of that resolution will go a long way towards enhancing our organizational and mobilization capacity to ensure that the party keeps in touch with the people and the people with their party, which is necessary for a revolutionary mass party such as ours. In recognition of the ultimate sacrifice made by veterans of the liberation struggle, the Central Committee adopted the proposal to create their inclusion as a full wing of the party will undoubtedly bring the much needed impetus to both the party mobilization and the ideological orientation of our membership. The need to increase membership of our women and the youth in the party cannot be overemphasized. The youth are our future. The women are the heart and the soul of our party. We congratulate the various programs undertaken by both these wings towards party mobilization and rebuilding. The Women's League's thrust to attract more young women into the party is a welcome initiative. The due legal processes in government are in motion to extend the women's quota in parliament. Provisions will also be included which will see 10 extra seats in parliament for the youth. We look forward to resolutions of the two wings outlining more targeted programs for the coming year, taking into account the new realities and demographics of our society. As we work towards 2023 harmonized general elections, rest assured that the party and government are determined to empower the youth, women, and the disabled, SMEs, and other marginalized groups in fulfillment of the promises we made to the electorate in our party manifesto. The party is a party only if we have members. We must preoccupy ourselves with retaining our current members and also seek to attract new ones. We must be more accommodating as a party. The party is for everyone: our farmers, our workers, our youth, our scientists, our business people, the veterans of the liberation struggle, the young and the old, women alike. However, we need committed membership, loyal membership. Hence, the mobilization recruitment strategies which this conference proffers must be crafted accordingly. Comrades and friends, guided by our party manifesto and the resolutions of the congresses and conferences, we continue to boldly implement robust and responsive policies to resuscitate and grow our economy. I commend all Zimbabweans and the party members in particular for their endurance, perseverance, and resilience in the face of the challenging economic currently with us. In spite of the various shocks which negatively impacted our projected economic growth, such as Cyclone Idai and the two droughts, notable strides have been made. These include the reduction of the budget deficit and introduction of key macro-fiscal reforms aimed at stabilizing and resuscitating the economy in line with the Transitional Stabilization Program. Our 2020 national budget is thus aimed at stimulating higher productivity, growth, and job creation. The austerity measures which we introduced during the course of this year were meant to bring back the economy on its rails. No progressive nation can develop without its own currency. The introduction of our own currency will undoubtedly enhance economic stability, growth, and competitiveness. However, we have so many party members in particular to protect and defend our currency as a symbol of national sovereignty and pride. We remain concerned at the prevailing high prices charged by some of our retailers for basic commodities. As government, we will continue to put social safety nets to cushion the vulnerable members of our society, such as subsidized maize meal, as we did last week, when we reduced the price of maize meal from $105 to $50. To assist our people, the cost of transport, which has skyrocketed, ZUPCO buses for transport and removal of duty on selected food commodities will continue. We have brought in several ZUPCO buses. As I said, we have a contract for 200 from South Africa, 500 from Belarus, and 1,000 from China. To retailers, I say to you, you should not sell subsidized basic commodities in bulk to ensure equitable access to the products by vulnerable communities. Government will continue to award its workers the cost of living adjustment. A once-off 50% payment of pension to pensioners and their dependents will be made before Christmas. Most white commercial farmers left. A few remained, accepted the current dispensation, accepted African independence, and are with us. Ms. Swarapul, you can stand up. Thank you very much. We are kunoku conference ya ZanuPf, President we. See? CFU. Those atinoda kuti haiwa musati muri rumwe rudzaiwa mopinda mune vamwe mogara motonoregwa muchita zvavanoita. Government is rolling out comprehensive strategies to mitigate the negative impact of unpredictable weather patterns by increasing our water bodies and the total land under irrigation. The resuscitation of small irrigation schemes such as Chental in Wange, Kasho Valley in Shimanimani, Dankal in Esgodini, Mutondwe in Bindura, and Dongaronga in Chegutu, among others, are being accelerated. The construction of dams and drilling of boreholes must be evenly spread throughout the country's districts and provinces. There should be no favoritism in the allocation and the spread of boreholes or borehole drilling. Under the Agriculture Modernization and Mechanization Program, various schemes are underway to ensure increased availability of tractors, planters, harvesters, and center pivots. I am aware of the loss of drought power among smallholder communal farmers as the result of the death of cattle due to the drought and livestock diseases. Our Minister of Agriculture, Comrade Perence Shiri, informs us as government on a weekly basis the number of cattle dying in the countryside as a result of diseases or lack of water. DDF will ensure that tillage services are available to our people throughout the country. The need to increase agricultural productivity and efficiency to achieve sustainable food security cannot be overemphasized. The ongoing land audit will result in downside As we implement this program, women, youth, and other groups in our society must have equal access to land, as well as the requisite support which will guarantee their productivity on the land. Meanwhile, I commend the young farmers who are committed to During the course of the year, we improved our producer prices to make it more profitable for farmers to remain on the land. Going forward, I urge our farmers to work hard on the land during this 2019-2020 summer season. Has been developed in association with our banking partners. The Presidential Input Support Scheme this year is targeting a total of 1.6 million households. This includes distribution of inputs for drought-tolerant and traditional grains. In the mining sector, we have launched a strategy which will see us grow a $12 billion mining industry by 2023. This will provide empowerment and employment for our people throughout the country. The party commends the role of small-scale miners in growing our mining sector. We call them small-scale miners. in particular, those in the gold and chrome subsectors. I call on those in this subsector to desist from violence and other illegal activities. Pasine mabemba. Pasine mabemba. Corruption and chicanery by some mining officials will be decisively dealt with. Perpetrators must stand warned. As we industrialize our economy, the resuscitation, modernization, retooling of the manufacturing sector must be speeded up. I exhort the party to take a lead in growing vibrant and sustainable SMEs, which provide goods and services which address the daily challenges faced by our people. I would like to praise the Women's League in general for the introduction of rural bakeries. We are providing them with flour. Bikaichinkwa kumshaiko kumsatambudzwa. Government on its part has put in place concrete incentives to encourage the establishment of vibrant rural industry systems. The party members from the wards and districts upwards must take advantage of these policies to empower their communities and create sustainable jobs in the rural areas, especially for the youth and the women. Party members must also tap into the vast business opportunities in the tourism sector. In this regard, the wildlife economy and the culture and arts creative industries should be leveraged to empower our communities for both the local and external markets. 2 weeks ago, I was invited under Minister Kirsty Coventry, Kubulawayo, for the arts and creative arts. It's a huge industry which we have not been looking at. I promise them that government will now support that sector. Esteemed delegates, the almost 20 years of sanctions has dent to our infrastructure.